Well, shit, Clyde. Shit. What do we do now?
I don't know, Bo. Right now, I'm trying to think of a plan. It's hard. It's hot. I'm sweaty. The mosquitoes are biting me. You come up with something then.
Well, I was just thinking, if you had any sort of a plan at all, any piece of it, you could let me in on it, and I could give you my 2 cents.
You ain't got 2 cents to your damn name. That's why we're gonna rob the store in the first place.
Well, then why the hell are you telling me to come up with a plan if I'm fucking stupid?
'Cause it's hot.
It sure is hot, Clyde.
I know.
I'm sorry for yelling at you, Clyde. I'm just impatient.
I know, we're heated. We're poor. That's what happens when people are poor. They get angry and they start yelling at people who don't deserve it. What do poor people do? What do they eat? How do they do anything with no money?
They mooch. But we ain't moochers, Clyde.
No, we don't mooch, Bo. We never have. We steal. A little bit. Often. Well, you rolled them up. I didn't tell you not to do that. You're gonna get bit by ants if you don't got long pants on.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
Okay.
What are we gonna do, Clyde?
I don't know, Bo. Oh, hey. Movie's at 7.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
What I look at my boys. Chilling with my boys.
Chilling with my boys.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh. What's up, guys? Welcome back. My name is Damien.
I'm Kyle.
And I'm Alex.
We are Our Mind Center. We review movies. We make short films. Today we have another movie review. Tonight we got to go see Logan Lucky. Alex, what is this movie about?
Logan Lucky is about a couple backwoods hillbilly brothers that are trying to rob it's the Daytona?
The Charlotte.
The Charlotte.
Just Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Charlotte Motor Speedway.
So while the premise doesn't sound that interesting probably to the mainstream audience or whatever, and I also would go as far as to say that this movie isn't for the mainstream audience, and it probably won't make as much money as any other movie coming out this week, but what I will say about this movie is I really enjoyed it, and it kind of bums me out that it's not that kind of movie, but it stars Adam Driver and it stars Channing Tatum as these two brothers that have this family curse on them, and they want to change that. And in order to do that, they need money, and in the most comical way, they're going to steal money from a NASCAR race, which is awesome. You have Daniel Craig in it, who, it's weird to see him not as James Bond, because I just picture him as that. It's seared into my brain that Daniel Craig is James
And
Bond.
not only not being James Bond, but having a really thick country accent.
It's very interesting and very funny, and this movie, that's what I would probably classify this movie as, is just a dry heist comedy movie, and for the most part, it works.
It does work. I really do like the accents.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody did it so well. Although Daniel's British accent peeked through a few times.
A couple times, yeah.
He did a good job considering.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun in the movie. It was a very slow burn, dry comedy film, and the accents just kind of added to that, making you feel almost out of place. It was kind of just, it was fun. It was funny watching these real life people interact with each other.
Yeah, and the whole movie felt like real life. It was, like I said in the car, I was like, this is probably the least Hollywood movie you could possibly make with the star power that you have. Because you have people who, like Adam Driver, who now will blow up because he plays Kylo Ren in Star Wars. And you have Channing Tatum, who's already there, and same thing with Daniel Craig. And those three are in this movie, and they share a lot of screen time together. But at the same time, this movie, it just feels real and realistic. And the comedy's not some overblown, hey, let's look at the camera, or even pause. Most movies, after they say a line of dialogue, they'll pause for the audience to give a second to laugh, that rarely happens in this movie. You kind of just laugh at what's happening rather than them trying to make you laugh, and it works. I think if I was going to, because we have to, this movie's not a 10, but I think if I would have to say something, is that, and not that every movie has to do this, but you don't really leave the movie theater with anything. You don't leave with some sense of, I don't know, it's hard to make it not sound like a negative, but it is a negative, but you don't leave with anything new, really, other than really good acting and really good quirky comedy, but you don't really gain a lot from this movie, and I think that's probably the biggest negative that this movie could have, and why it's not going to be as high up on my list this year, especially.
I was gonna say one of the, I think, biggest negatives in my book is that it is an acquired taste, and I like this. I enjoyed watching it, and I think it was a good film, acted, directed, all of that. But if you don't like this type of dry comedy, this movie is gonna be a 0 for you. You're not gonna like it at all.
Yeah.
Because it's not Hollywood action. It's not Hollywood easy to watch. It's not Hollywoodized. It's just a movie that has an aesthetic and it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Dope, dog.
Let's rate this
Yeah,
bad
let's
boy.
rate this thing.
Okay, guys, so while this is an acquired taste, it's my taste, and I did enjoy it. And Channing Tatum, Adam Driver, Daniel Craig on screen, while weird, it feels right when you're watching it, and it's like they should have done this a while ago. I'm just glad they're doing it now because it just works, and it was really funny. It got plenty of laughs out of me, and with most comedies, you get to the point where you're trying out some jokes and they don't work, and it's cringy. But here it was like, I just don't think that's funny. But it takes nothing away from the movie, and that's what helps this as a comedy and as a pseudo dry action realistic movie. And because I didn't really leave with some sort of change in my life or my perspective on films or how I'm gonna view more movies the rest of this year, I think I'm gonna sit it at a good 8. I'm gonna go 8 prosthetic limbs out of 10.
Dry humor is always has always been one of my favorites. Awkward humor. It's just a good movie. I laughed out aloud like a lot of times, and it's good. I'm gonna rate this movie an 8 gummy worms out of 10.
Nice.
I was going for the high five.
They ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Yeah, I think it's kind of funny because the rating that I have for it is fairly similar to their rating, and I as much as I think that this is an acquired taste, and I know that me giving it a high rating doesn't help somebody that doesn't like this comedy because you're not going to like this movie, but I loved it. And I love sitting in the movie theater watching these great actors just be some random character in a world that they've just created. And I had fun with it. Acting was good. Directing was good. The aesthetic was awesome. Yeah. Great camera work. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10.
Nice.
I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 hobo bonfires.
Yeah.
Like the ones in the trash cans.
Very much so. Now, guys, while we don't think this is the best movie we have seen this year, it's up there. It's a good watch. We enjoyed it, and we enjoyed doing this review, and we hope you enjoyed it as well, guys. We don't say this often, but if you would, like the video, and please subscribe because it would be awesome so you can keep seeing us do our stuff, and we really appreciate it because this is what we want to do. We want to keep making reviews. We want to keep going to see more movies, and more importantly, we want to make short films. And while it may seem like we have a lack of those, they are coming. Do not worry. And if you guys would also like to help and you're in the same area as we are, Hot Springs, Arkansas, let us know. Give us a comment and say you want to help us out. That would be so awesome and badass. And I know I speak for everybody here and our Mind Center in general. We would really appreciate it, guys. So please, leave a comment, like it, subscribe it. And until next time, guys. bitch.